get tapping. You're kind of scared of 8K now that it has ring. Yeah. Another concern should be that the mirror match between 8K is absolutely garbage. It's like a living end mirror match, right? So, you got that going against you. Karn is a nightmare? Yeah. Channel slaps. It reminds me of one I used to watch with the many Simpsons reference, but the guy running it was abducted by pirates on Mr. Burns' yacht during a monkey knife fight. Oh. He was shanghaied by pirates? Also, how you doing over 9,000? I'm glad my Simpson references carry some weight in people's opinions of this channel. Collector Oof from Yogg. Yeah, maybe we start sideboarding some dismembers. What's the most pleasant mirror? That's a great question. I would like to say it's almost definitely something like Murktide. Something where both players have a lot of decision points and all your cards line up. Like, all your cards line up. Burn? No, absolute opposite. I think Burn is a miserable mirror match, and just if you've never seen one of my favorite things as an example of something that I think we're keeping this. Yeah, it's fine. One of my favorite examples of something that's like really, really funny is when you're at an event and you're like, oh, it's gone to time. Is it 2 Urian players like being silly? It's like, oh no, it's a burn mirror. You're like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, they're on turn 5 of game 2. It's like, what? How? Oh, well, that's a shame. I needed all of those cards. It's okay. If I'm against classic Jund, I'm gonna get the crap beaten out of me. We got a reader, chat. They took my key? Dragon's Claw. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. Of course I know it. It's me. Neo Brand, you two flip a coin and go get... Yeah. Yeah. That's... just... I feel like what you do is you shuffle up. Like, you do your mulligans, and then you just present your opening hands, and just based on that, you call a winner. So... literally just hit. So let's just do this. Seems like game over against whatever this is. No Spell Pierce. No Stubborn Denial, please. Cool. Either of those things probably would have ended me there, but so Power Conduit says remove a counter, and the One Ring puts burden counters on itself. I personally feel that being able to use your One Ring and ever be able to remove those... I feel like the One Ring should have put counters on the player. Or it should have tempted you every time, and then it should lose life for the number of... like, lose life and draw cards for the number of times you've been tempted. It does not feel right that you could just take the counters off of it. Like, I understand being able to get around your One Ring. Like, that's not crazy to me, but the fact that you can just straight up just, like, peel the counters off and be like, yeah, whatever. Okay. So they have Stub live here. So Karn probably gets countered. So first things first, I guess let's draw 2. So it's supposed to be a virtual 17. This could be 13 damage. I'm not worried about that. That's a tremendously good draw, and I'm very happy about it. So here's my blocker, and if you kill it, I'm gonna just blow up your shadow. What are you gonna do? Stern lesson me? You could. I wouldn't even be mad. I'd just be impressed. Yeah, pre-2019 Slivers is a great mirror. It might be the most insane thing. Like, the people who think too much about the Slivers mirror, they might be the craziest people in Magic. I forgot Stern Lesson is card of people playing it. Dunno. I would imagine most people are not, because most people are not chasing the new cards yet. Most people are probably waiting to rent, although it being like an unplayable draft chaff card, like it gets picked, I'm assuming, very low when it gets opened. So I don't have an answer for you, but Mycosynth Guarding, cloning your One Ring to remove all the counters off it, essentially, is an interesting thing. Is this the battle? What's a battle? Hold on. I too would be impressed. Sorry for being a pedant, but I think you called it that on Faith. What did I call what? Scrolling back. What? Stern Lesson is the... Oh, I'm sure I'm going to call it that forever. What's it called? Harsh Lesson? Gandalf's Spanking? I don't know. I'm not going to get it right. Stern Lesson. It's not Stern Reprisal. Stern Scolding. Thank you. I guess they could Hexmage my Chalice, but they can't Hexmage the Blast Zone in response to me activating it. Stern Talking to, young man. Wait, I don't need to tap that much. So I'll take 2. Angry Boomer Rant. What does that battle do? It turns into like this 8/8 monster. Okay. So I can go Coretapper, Karn, Bridge. I don't hate it. I don't think they're terribly likely to be able to get through that. And even if they do, it's not lethal. At least not immediately. And even if they do, then they're dealing with the bridge and not any of the other stuff I'm doing. Does this drop me 6 cards? This thing is bonkers. Absolute insanity. At what point do you think they should have sacked their Hexmage targeting my Chalice? Is it right now? They could do it, and then I float 5 in response, play my Karn, and do other stuff. Nope, they did not do it. No, I know what Stern Lesson is. I know exactly what Stern Lesson is. And it's a real card, and I've played it before. It's not good. I do not care for it. But, Bridge, there you are. Would you like to make an 8/8 opponent? You may do. So if you have a Chalice on 2, does this get countered when it casts? Is that what happens? Does anyone know? Yeah. I'm just curious. Doesn't matter. Greased. They are make a greased. Why wouldn't it? I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out. I've just never done it before. It's just one of those weird, like, it's not a weird rules question, but it's like a not common rules question. I don't know. My opponent has decided on this course of action. I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 cards. And then I'm going to find a way to end them with my 8 trillion mana. Okay. So we can give... So my Karn is gone. I can always just reset my ring by cloning it. But I don't need to do that. Let's go... Power Conduit. Move a counter from... I don't need to draw so many cards with the ring right now, assuming that I kind of fizzle off this turn. Because I can't... Yeah. It has no pips once it's flipped. It's one of those weird interactions. I guess they could shoot my Chalice here. They didn't. Here's my Forge. There's another Power Conduit. There's a Manifold Key. Yeah, it's possible I was supposed to Stirrings. Oh, no. They finally did something about it. It's all over, folks. It's all over. Oh, man, it's Ogre. Let's put a charge counter on my Ensnaring Bridge in response. It's all Ogre, people. Ah, such a useless Chalice. Let's play fair. Stirrings. Oh, wow. That is a really bad Stirrings. Guess. Grab that. Play this on 0. I don't know. They have 1 card in hand. Like, it's like, what are we doing? Opponent, what are we doing? Is this... let's charge it. Play another Power Conduit. They're at 6? Yeah, I'm sure I could have just killed him, huh? But whatever. You know what? Bring it on. Oh, you think my ring's gonna kill me? I can take all the counters off in response to the trigger right now. Literally all of them. What are we doing? Things and stuff. Fair. Okay, fine. Yeah. Yet another Hex Mage. So let's move a counter from the ring. In response to the ring's trigger, I will draw 3. Then I'll move all the counters. We'll split up our mana this time. Because I have such a glut of resources, why not? I'm also 2 minutes up on clock. It's absolutely disgusting. It really is not an okay thing to do. Okay. Play Stirrings. The song is the staff credits of Wind Waker. Power Conduit. Stirrings. Where are you, Karn? There you are. Okay. 6 mana. Here's my Karn. Here's my Paradox Engine. Okay. Here's my 0-drop. Whoop! Shields up, weapons online. Tap to draw a card. Tap to move a counter. Tap to move a counter. There you are. Yeah, this one is not my deck. This is an Aspiringspike special. So what's the fastest way to win this game? We're gonna get a Magistrate Scepter. Oh, right. Well, tap for mana, untap. Tap for mana. Take the new Karn. Same as the old Karn. Meet the new Karn. Same as the old Karn. It's more click efficient to make a giant construct and just attack them to death, I think. I suppose this does require me going to infinite. Oh, they're at 6. What am I talking about? All right, let's play the other Karn off the top and kill them with a Ballista. Sorry, for some reason in my mind, I thought they were like 20. What am I doing? I'm just styling on them. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, we're styling. Someone mentioned that they were at 6 earlier, and it just completely didn't register in my brain. Yeah. Oh, now they're conceding. Oh my. Okay, they got there. Yeah, Renro, it's definitely looking pretty cool. It does. The One Ring needs a friend. Ballista for 5. And Tatum showboating for the crowd. No, even better, Mike. You Ballista for enough to kill all of their creatures and their grist and put them to 1. That's the showboat. All right, mull that. Woof. Run a 5 against the Thoughtseize deck? Feels bad, man. Still need to draw a second land. Yep. It's fine. We had to draw a second land anyway. They took my map. Mine digits. Oh. Well then. Maybe we'll draw it next turn, chat. It's fine. Maybe we'll draw it next turn. Dryad Arbor. It's always funny when it just kind of appears on the battlefield. Oh boy. Don't stub me. Thank you. Don't nature's claim my shit, bro. Ooh. Guess who's back? Land. Okie doke. So I have 3 mana next turn. Unless I draw a land. Then we in business. Maybe. Oh yeah, you can Thoughtseize me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, rough. Land? Oh. Okay, well. Here's all my other 1-drops. Hope you don't have another EE. Boy, would that be unfortunate. Chad, have you ever seen bad things happening to bad people? That's all this channel is. Oh no! Multiple Tarmogoyfs! It's unbeatable! Somehow they're all 2/3s. Okay, I can make them unblockable. That's big game. That's big game. Oh, I can make the Dryad Arbor unblockable. What I need to draw is Coretapper. The card I need to draw is Coretapper. I want a Coretapper. Play Coretapper, sack it, make 9 mana. Okay. That's almost relevant. If only I had a source of counters. If you have a Force of Vigor, I would use it. It's almost lethal. I suppose that was a choice. Yeah. Swing for 0? Oh boy. All right. Is legendary a card type? No, Patrick. Legendary is not a card type. No, Patrick. Snow isn't a card type either. Whoa! That's a big boy. They took the Mystic Forge. So they have an active stub now? Oh, cool. Well, cool. On my Multivive against the Thoughtseize deck, I'll take it. We played a good game. Coretapper on the right turn would have been fine, but we didn't, and that's fine, too. It's possible I could board in the Pithing Needle here and maybe Saga for it. Just straight up never drawing a Saga has been kind of weird. Obviously, I did here. I don't think I want to play it on turn 1 in case we get Thoughtseized. But I will play that and this. All right, for the Zelda players in here, did anyone play and enjoy Skyward Sword? I remember I got it, and I had a really hard time with that one. It was kind of the opposite of Wind Waker, whereas like I immediately saw Wind Waker and I was like, ugh, this doesn't look like a dark, gritty Zelda game like I wanted this to be. And then when I finally got around to playing it, it's like one of the best ones ever, ever, ever. It's fantastic. Skyward Sword was almost the opposite, where I was like, oh, this looks so great. And then you play it and you're like, eh, it was okay. I mean... The music is A+++. No steerings that turn? I don't... Yeah. Probably should have. Thing is, now I get to go start making infinite constructs. And I feel like that's a great way to win this game. I really didn't even need to play this here. I like doing it though, because if they put out an EE on 0 or 1 or whatever, I'm kind of like positioned to play around all of it. That's fine. Like, I like being careful about getting blown out by anything here. Like, it's possible I'm playing overly cautiously, but I'm not concerned about winning this game as long as I don't get crushed. Hold up Power Conduit to put a +1 counter to avoid getting blown out by Dress Down. Onto the constructs. Yeah. That's a really good choice. In future, I don't need to do that now, but thank you for bringing that up for the future. That's really, really smart. Really smart. The Michael Chan, everybody. I think I like a Surge Node here. I think I just like passing here. Should probably play at the second Cornucopia. Okay. Then okay, hold on. So, if they have a dress down this turn, they can slam me for 13, but they tap down for that. I feel pretty comfortable if that's what they're going to do. This is Thoughtseize, I don't care at all. So this turn I can grab an Expedition map and then grab another Mycosynth Gardens. Seems really good. Bring on the pain, opponent. Bring on the pain. Okay, you got it. They've got an active stub, but I'm just like not going to cast any spells I care about. Gets me Mycosynth Gardens. And I play Coretapper. I play the Surge Node. Pass the turn? Sure. Next turn have several lethal attackers. Seems good. Sure. Seems like too little too late, opponent, but you tell me. Yeah, it's like, what do you want to target? Okay. So since I have to do this, I kind of have to do this in some form or fashion. Let's do it like that. Grab Manifold Key. Chalice on 0. Cornucopia on 0. Attack with 2 14/14s. Obviously, I'm not. I mean, I could just make it unblockable, but then if they dress down, it becomes a 1/1. But I have one to block with, and I've got 2 Coretappers, and I'm at 20. Suppose the downside is then they get to eat. Well, no, I should just make it unblockable, right? I can pretty freely make them both unblock. Well, no, because then I don't have a lot of mana left over. Let's attack with 1 unblockable one. Okay. I don't know if that does what you think it does. It still makes constructs. Uh-huh. Okay. Suppose I'll use my leftover mana this wise. Okay. Yeah, Michael with the tech play that I probably would not have thought of, but seems very strong right here. That's a super key interaction to remember. Yeah, it does seem quite good. Stony Silence, cake or tea. Stony Silence is obscene against this deck. And also playing it against other Karn decks is just a horrifying nightmare. I mean, basically, it's just a race to Stone Brain the other person's Karns. Yeah, EE is pretty good against this deck, too. Well, you could pop out Pithing Needles against it, so I don't know. I should have made the other construct. It's fine. This suggests to me that they have a dress down. That's fine. Okay. Dress down to kill this construct? Oh, okay, scoop. Got it. Cool. Okay. Chad, I won. I don't believe this. I'm losing to a rug. Come on, opponents. They need to have a combat. Oh, Dingo's playing Samwise combo? Caleb D's playing One Ring in Modern Red-Green. That's pretty cool. Does not have a second land. Keep. If we draw the second land, this hand is ridiculous. If we don't, it's still okay. Colonnade, eh? That's a funny card to see here. Yeah, that's really funny. Oh boy. Well, if they have an ending right now, I'm in big trouble. But other than exactly that. Oh my god, you're so dead. Wow. That is something else right there. So they put Caldra? Sure. So I could fire off Coretapper into Power Conduit. I don't think it's worth spewing like that with this matchup. I think we just play the Coretapper and just sit on it. Either way, next turn I'm able to play out everything else in my hand, I'm pretty sure. But this is a little bit more, I don't know, sustainable. It's also lower risk in case they do have a prismatic ending. How's that for Delta Victor? Would he have just gone all in there immediately? You think? I don't know about that one. You think he takes more aggressive lines? So that's a fantastic draw with a... He certainly was today. I will say that much. Today, he was certainly all about, like, pedal to the metal. Like, just jam all the nonsense. But he was specifically saying that's just because he wanted to get reps. No, I mean, I think he's generally a better player than me. And I don't feel weird or bad about saying that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 7. Can't play them both. Let's just pass here. I'm not afraid of Cauldra. No, it doesn't hurt to limit test at all. Yeah, I guess so. For Delta Victor, I will say it's definitely not wrong with this deck to play that way, right? Yeah. Like, for example, if they have an Archmage's Charm and they steal my Cornucopia, that's some bad news, right? See, now here, I feel like I already have 2 good threats. And the thing is, do I start trying to play through their counter magic now? The more I do that, the more I feel like I have to go all in. Or am I just comfortable that... I think I'm just comfortable with this Saga, like, being what it is. They really have to be a little bit reactive to... Like, sorry, I'm forcing them to be proactive right now with what I have. Click me. Deal. They got it going on. Is our opponent Stacy's mom? Has anyone checked on Stacy's mom? They just left everything in my hand. Wild. You're a madman. Or woman, or they be. Opponent plays a lot of cube, yeah. All right, well, that did significantly increase the clock, in theory. And one assumes they played this way because they have specifically 2 pieces of counter magic. So I'm going to attempt to play through the next little chunk here without... I'm not worried about them charming this now. So let's make it quite appealing. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. I want Conduit, but... Oh, I should have put a counter on the construct, right? That was free. That was free. Let's do it now. Rinnegan is an ocular type of jujitsu from Naruto. And that's our opponent's name? Got it. So they do jujitsu with their eyes? Oh, sorry, jutsu. Another Power Conduit. A Mystic Farge. Holy shit. Sure. I think I'm just passing here. And you shall know pain. Coretapper now? No, I'm good. Yeah, I can cast Karn. The thing is, like, maybe I should have just slammed everything here. So they're charming my 1. Like, they want a 1/1? Oh, I guess it's a 2/2. It's fine. I can block it. Remove its counter. Yeah, I could do. What am I doing with it, though? Putting it on the new one? But if I make a new one, they can charm that. But then they're tapping down on their turn. All right. Do you think this 8-key deck is better with Susur's Prisantron? I think they're different. I think they are very different. I don't think one of them is better or worse. I think they're very, very different. So they will be different in a spread of matchups, is the typical Magic truism. Burn is a phenomenal deck in Modern right now, unless you run into Soul Sisters. Land is us dead. To Colonnade? I don't think so. No. I'm at 10. I'm good. Playing around Psionic Blast. The Inventors Fair gaining life all game has been hilariously relevant. Tap for 10 is fine. No, hold on. No, yeah, because I want to do it so that I can... Well, no, I don't. Well... Sure, let's exile the top. Coretapper off the top. Chalice for 0. Voltaic Key. Power Conduit. Whew! Oh, no. Oh, opponent. Okay. So, let's try One Ring. They got to counter this. They have to, right? I mean... But let's see what it costs them. Only 4 keys to play. I mean, they don't have to. Who are you, me? Oh. Okay. Okay, opponent. If this is how you want to play it. That's a bold move, Cotton. We're gonna see if that works out. So let's go untap the One Ring. Draw 2. I mean, I've got another turn if I need it. Play Coretapper. I mean, in theory, I should do more with this turn, right? Let's draw 3. Oh yeah, Power Conduit removes burden counters. It's obscene. It is not okay. Wow. Yet another uncastable card on top of the deck. Our streamer has reached a moment of great decision and desperation. Foolishly, he taps the One Ring to draw 4 cards, knowing this seals his fate. So let's trap this for green. Play Steerings. Looking for Karns and keys. Key. Wait, what? What? Oh, it's the next card. Got it. And bravely, he casts a Karn. There is no doubt in his mind that victory is assured. So let's go Magistrate Scepter. Yeah. I know I could get the Paradox Engine, but I have another Karn to do that. Oh. Well then. I will begin my infinite turns then. And the production of death machines. Let's put a +1/+1 counter on it off the One Ring. Yeah. I got it. So this upkeep, that's fine. Oh, Jesus. So let's just move 1. I can lose 2 life. I'm not worried about it. Go to 8. Go to 6. Stack these. Make a guy. Put a +1/+1 counter on the guy. Manifold Key. Attack for 21. I was up for a lot of this game, right? Like, I can make it unblockable. The thing is, if they have removal, like, I don't feel like I'm actually wasting that much time to do this way. It's not even about making them burn clock, but I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it. Them spending a removal means the next one goes through. I mean, the next ones, right? Now there's 3. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 3 of them. I mean, I'll just make them all unblockable this time, right? They're playing a spell. Solitude. Sure. Oh no, my 1 ring. Oh no. Anyway. Yeah, thanks, opponent. Mana loss. Warning. Mana loss. Warning. Warning. You will lose 0 life points if you don't spend the remaining mana in your mana pool by the end of the step or phase. Coretapper unblockable. That's the play, I guess. If old Magic rules had the StarCraft announcer teaching you about it, they fought bravely. They did do. But why no expansion explosion? Nuclear launch detected. You must construct additional pylons. And then, of course, the Zerg version of everything, which is like... Zug Zug. Mulligan. What is an Overlord? Well, like the Zerg Overlords? Oh, the Zerg, I mean, Zerg in general, there's also like just like dinosaur sounds, like... Manifold Key. Yeah, so many StarCraft and Warcraft voice lines live rent-free in my head. It's ludicrous. Every deck's gonna have... No. You gotta go Stony Silence. That's how you beat this deck. If you are not a fast mana deck, you beat this deck with Stony Silence. That's the card. So I could go charge, untap, tap, Chalice? I think a fully functional Coretapper is better. They got a Batter Skull this time. Wow. Mm. So Enchantress has no problem. Oh, yeah, Enchantress is going to crush these decks. Is that what you call Kaldra, Michael? Because if you do, you're my hero, and if you don't, you're still my hero. Job's done. Yes, me lord. All right. Over there. A horse kicked me once. It hurt. Yeah, they're weirdly cagey about enchantments as like a design space, huh? Yeah, Cackerty, I definitely have heard from other people how bad that was. I entirely missed it, but yeah. That is certainly a whole thing. So I'm losing my Saga because I didn't find a Power Conduit. Work. Guess a key is good. Oh yeah, this deck must get annihilated by Mill, right? Like no shot. There's 10 4-drops, and then everything else is like 1 and 0. I think one Tasha's in an archive trap is probably close to a kill though, right? Like, no joke. That's what the Kozilek is for? Yeah. But that still doesn't help against Tasha's. Like, sometimes the Tasha just, like, wrecks you up pretty hard. The key deck is definitely vulnerable. Like, this deck is not... It's not problematic yet. And I do not think that... Really? There's a free kill there. I do not think this deck is likely to actually be problematic. It's just one of those things of like, if the meta is completely open, yeah, if you have a bad matchup against Mill, 1 Eldrazi is infrequently enough. If you have an okay matchup against Mill, then we're talking maybe. So the reason I'm being as conservative as I am in this matchup, and I think maybe it's worth noting because we were talking about it earlier. Someone was saying like, hey, compared to Spike, you play this very differently. And not that it's a problem, but it's just interesting to note. Blue-white has infinite tools to completely wreck my shit. And they don't have a particularly fast clock. So I think this is like a very specific matchup where it's probably very wise most of the time to play a little conservatively and not overcommit on things that are sort of integral to your game plan. You want a Shattering Spree Keys deck? Yeah, 100%. That's a great way to deal with it, right? Like, there's a lot of cards that wreck this deck up. What about Literal Shatterstorm, huh? Nice Welding Jar, nerd. Brotherhood's End? Yeah, also almost definitely good enough, right? Temporary Lockdown, Hidetsugu's second right? HCA. Consuming. Hitotsugu consumes all. Hitotsugu consumes all. That's the name of the card. Hitotsugu consumes all. I was thinking the original burn spell because I'm an old man. Yeah, I know it is Carrion Lich. Oh no, Kakarot, that is not the right way. Like, playing whack-a-mole against these decks is very difficult. Sometimes you'll win with that, but rarely. Okay. That stops the One Ring's trigger. What do you mean the ring is indestructible randomly? Does that not make sense to you that the One Ring is indestructible? Do you need me to tell you why it's indestructible? I don't know that it's a great mystery, but if I have to. Yeah, but how do they kill it? How is it that they destroy the One Ring? Right. Like, why did they have to spend all that time and effort to kill the One Ring? Oof. Why couldn't they just smash it with a hammer? Yeah, why couldn't some dwarf with an axe just smash it? There is on a Heater Belfi. I don't know if it exiles, but there is a literal, like, the moment they throw the ring into Mount Doom. Does it destroy a creature and their equipment? I don't remember, but there is one. Weapons were cheaply made back then. It does exile if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a card. Look in red. I think I might even have I have the setup. Hold on. It's super obvious. No. Cast into the fire. Exile target artifact. 1 in red. Literally the card. Ooh, mom. Oh, you're so big. You're so big and powerful, mommy. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Yeah, it feels like they really did a good job in this set of, like, not dicking around. They were just like, here's all the awesome flavor cards you want, right? Right, you nerds? So, am I just killing them this turn? I might be. So, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think they're dead. What is 1 mana that's good? Oh, they have Solitudes. That's fine. It's still worth trying, right? I think it's 100% worth trying. I probably screwed up how I'm supposed to do this. Double Solitude hurts? No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. No, it doesn't. Because we just play through and beat them, right? Because like Power Conduit plus... No, I'm not worried. No, because then they'll never kill me if they do that, right? Yeah, we're just cranking out robots, right? And I can step up production starting next turn. Gain a ton of XP. Yeah, this is a pretty good boss fight. I don't mind this one. It's fun. The mechanics in this boss fight are really sweet. Like playing around that dress down ability they have is pretty cool. No, we don't need to make the second one unblockable. If I wanted to force them to pitch for Solitude, then yeah, but I don't need to do that. If they spend their next turn casting Solitude, they're done. They're not winning this game this way. This is not a sustainable plan for winning this game. What they're doing right now is in no way good enough to beat what we're doing. There are a lot of different ways I can win this game from this point, but like what they're doing, there's just, this is not good enough. It's not. At this point, I could crank the blast zone to 5 and just blow these both up too. Like, let's talk about how many ways to skin cats. Yeah. If they have a Solitude, they should play the Solitude. They should exile my construct and another construct and push through with the Norn, I guess. I'm going to block here. Copy Power Conduit. Untap Power Conduit. Yeah, it's quality hands. It's quality. Goodbye, Norn. It's not your fault. Your player misplayed. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of things I could have done carrying, but I just don't need to, right? Like, I just put the ball in their court and then they just dropped it, right? They just fumbled. Like, I already killed the Norn. I don't need to go more. There's way too many lines and keys. I mean, I'm having a good time. Here's my very lethal attack. Please deal with it. If you do, I will cast Karn. This is a Corkery Forest. Yeah, Ryan91, it's disgusting. Power Conduit plus Urza Saga has been something that a few different players have been on since it was straight out of Modern Horizons. And it's pretty gross. Okay. Yeah, it's very powerful. So here's my Karn. He's going to get me a Magistrate Scepter, and I'm going to take, I don't know, as many turns as I want. Does that seem good? I like it. I'm just wondering how you feel, opponent. Ballista? No. We are make much larger attack than to play Walking Ballista. We just are put him Untap. I feel like the person that I'm impersonating is Sari MTG, who's a great Scales player. But he's the guy who I always think of when I say Grist and Walking Ballista, because he played both Yawgmoth and Scales. So he played a lot of those cards. He's not Russian though. I want to say he was Greek. My impression is not accurate, but it's just what it makes me think of. He's not Russian. He's taking his time. Yeah, exactly. No, it's not a Simpsons character. That's not good enough. That is good enough. Keep this. Bottom the Karn. Assume I'm going to find another payoff and that Saga is a good enough payoff. Or bottom this, or yeah, bottom the Gemstone. Just go Ice Bridge, Surge Node, Saga Coretapper, Cornucopia. I hate this on the draw in the dark. See, this is the thing of like how aggressive and like devil may care do I want to play this deck, right? I can play this in a way where I just like have a powerful setup, but I have no payoff. I think that's probably the right way to do it. Ah! Fudge. All right. Well, that's not the end of the world. Okay, we're against Yawgmoth. Eh. This is a really good game one. Post board, it's going to get run DMC. This piece is my recital. I think it's very vital. So, Coretapper, charge this. Tap for 2. Key. Untap. Chalice. Charge it. All right, opponent. So from here, we'll make a construct, then we'll get Inventors Fair, and then that gets me Mystic Forge or the One Ring. I want to see the new RCQ promo. I did not. Ha! Dragon Lord Silumgar. Weird choice. That's adorable. If you insist, deck. Here's my Mystic Forge. Good draw. Good draw. Great draw. Great draw. Another great draw. So do I just make the construct here? If I untap the One Ring, I can draw 2 cards, but doesn't do anything for me. I currently have Pro Everything, although theoretically they can kill me in my upkeep. Should be making green with Cornucopia. Sure, yeah, I should be. I have a strong feeling I win the game next turn. I have protection from everything until then. The issue is they can kill me in my upkeep. I think so. There's also the idea that maybe I was supposed to untap the key, draw 2, try to find more keys. Because if I found another key, I get to make more. I don't think I get stuck there. It was a turn 3, and I screwed up my gemstone mine. Like, the problem here is they can just combo kill me out. If they have the cord, they get Yawgmoth, then they get the, well, we'll see. If they don't have much here, then we're good. Boseiju my forge. Good talk. Not good enough. But good try. Cool. I think we just won. Just use the mana here. We should have played the key off the top instead of tapping our ring to draw it. Yeah, you're probably right. You are probably right. Let's draw 2. Oh, okay then. Well. Charge. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, it's over. Here's my 8 trillion mana. Here's my Karn. Here's my Paradox Engine. Whee! Oops. This deck is most certainly not bulletproof. It is very powerful. I'm not saying it's not. That's not what I said. But you can certainly beat this. Yeah. Karn's really good in the mirror. You think? I would say that, yeah, the main deck is unlikely to beat a Null Rod. My 27 Ballista. Oh, I have more mana? It's okay. That's all good, guys. No reason to be in a thing. Anytime someone wants you to play it out of Magic Online, that's totally within reason, you know? All right, we'll do 21. Cool. All right, let's maybe main deck Welding Jar. Oh, I don't think I want to main deck the Pithing Needle. I think I want to get it with Karn. It's more like Pew Pews. I think Brap is appropriate when you... I don't know. Sure. It's more Pew Pews. You got it. What am I warding out? On the draw... A land? Is that crazy? Yeah, that's crazy. Kappa. Good save. Good save. Maybe it's Stirrings. If they don't have Force of Vigor, this hand is kind of okay. We need to hit a second land. I have 2 shots. Let's go. I can't imagine it's going to get a lot better than that. Bop rockin' beats. Welding Jar, Saga, Surge Node, Chalice. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, Samboosh. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. The answer is nothing. Nothing could or ever has gone wrong for anyone ever. Land. 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 That's basically a land. Thank you, deck. Gosh, you're so kind to me. Actually, though. Now you just need a Mox Opal. Everything's better with Mox Opal. But don't take my word for it. Ask expert Michael Chan. And I know what you're thinking. Which Michael Chan? Yes! All right. They're going to be in the tank for a second. I will be right back. Hiya. They eat Ian. Here comes the Yagmat. Oh boy. I tell ya, when they put this Yagmat into play there, that's a big boy. That's a large lad, and I tell ya, I'm not afraid to tell ya. One undying creature. Ready to feel something. Mox Opal was banned nearly 4 years ago. You shut the hell up. That can't possibly be correct. That's not true. That's impossible. You shut up about the passage of time. They told me enough, Titan. They told me you killed him. No. Land? Land. Land. Upkeep force. Well, don't need that surge node, but I certainly needed that Saga to go off, huh? Oh well. Well. Still no land. Not that I need it, it's just kind of wild. Well, with the One Ring theoretically buying me time, which it probably won't, but yeah, let's just grab the Karn first. All right, all you, opponent. Kill me. Kill me! that it? That's it. That's not what I wanted, but I'll take it. Hmm. Well, sure. We're very unlikely to beat Force of Negation in almost all situations. And Force of Vigor. So let's play the hands when we're dealt, because you got to know when to hold them. This hand starts spiraling crazy fast, though. If I hit a second land next turn, it's Nutter Butters. Wall of Roots. Okay. Strangle Root. Land. Land. Kind of almost good. So tap for 2. Play the key. Untap. Tap for 2. Play the Chalice. Play the Tapper. Okay. It's as good as I can do that. One more mana off the top of that. I think I would have been playing both the One Ring and the Forge. But, well, we'd see what is what here. Pogmoth. Sure. God, Force of Vigor makes this such a problem. It's free. They can draw a bunch of cards and then just have the 4 screen cards so easily. Well, we'll split up the, I've got the they did it in the middle of the, I was expecting them to shoot the Strangle Root there. All right. Sorry, that's on me. That's on me. I don't think it matters. I think they got me here. I don't think we could play through this. It's just too easy. The counters won't matter when they Force of Vigor me here. All right. Well, I would have split up the counters. This is bad though. All right. Running into people playing a reasonable amount of hate cards. No. How dare they? Oh, good. Just in time. Now they go. Okay. It's fine. And then they kill me, I assume. It's possible they don't, although very unlikely. But they can kill me or just have the Force of Vigor. Or they can set up the kill on me and just kill me on my upkeep. So Yawgmoth seems like a pretty good choice against the 8-key Menace if that's your jam. Game 1 is not the best, but game 2 and 3 are child's play. Okay, that's it, yeah. I mean, yeah, they could punt, but they, yeah. Go. Not child's play, but certainly a lot easier. I do wonder if I should have boarded in the Pithing Needle, but it's just so unlikely to stick and or work. Like, it's just too fragile. That's fine. There should be counterplay. Need to Ancient Stirrings for a land here, but I'll keep that. Oh. Okay. Again, game 2 is going to be a lot worse. Wow, what a draw. Okay. Go ahead. I should have played out another Chalice in case they like Brazen Borrowed my first Chalice. It might do Turtle Power. It might do. The problem is those Architects of Will are going to come back. And they're just going to stack my deck against me. And there's nothing I can do about that. Maybe the Coretapper's blocking after that buys me some time. We shall see. Okay, so they're not... They might draw step Grief. No draw step Grief. Okay. I mean, I have nigh infinite mana. Nothing to do with it, but unfortunately did not find a Saga. Or any other land. But we carry on. Let's get end of turn living ended. So game 1 could have been really easy here and certainly will not be. That sucks. Maybe the top of your deck is all gas? Yeah, I guess it could be 3 for 3 gas. It's not likely, but it could happen. The other problem is, like, it's just easy for them to have a Force of Negation or, I don't know, what have you. I'm going to block the Riverwinder 1 each turn. This makes it a 4-turn clock at the moment. I'm going to split up the counters because I already have an ungodly amount of mana, so there's no point in going too deep on either one of these. X equals 4, Cornucopia. Ew. Let's go. My baller horn. Oh, I meant to have them all be 6s here. Now I have to do this in a way that's less even. Well, this is technically slightly better because of Ancient Stirrings. Whatever. Probably just dead anyway. Cool. Nothing we did mattered. I guess the Stirrings, I could have picked a thing that wasn't a land, but I really needed the land to get started there, and then that did not work out. Definitely boarding in the Tormod's Crypt here. If we get Karn, we just go for Bridge or One Ring or something else, or Chalice on 0. With Tormod's Crypt, we can fetch out and then go with. So for those who were thinking that Orb, Torpor Orb? No, I think we leave that right where it is. I think it's fine. I don't think it's good enough. The thing is, it's like they're on like force and Foundation Breaker. There's no winning this if they have a good draw. It's not gonna happen, right? So we just have to go fast. Try to play through. Just hope they have a non-functional draw or a draw that has the wrong kind of interaction for the draw that we have. See, like, because I feel like blue-white was the deck where it's like, it's just too easy for them to, like, completely destroy your game plan on turn 2 or 3 with a well-placed prismatic ending. And then you put yourself in a really bad spot where you have to draw through. But I felt like I was consistent. And it wasn't really blue-white control. It was like blue-white Stoneblade that we played against earlier. But I felt like I just kept putting them in an awkward spot between, like, wanting to apply pressure and wanting to solve my things. Boy, is this not great. I think this is turn 1 Saga to go for the Tormod's Crypt on 3. If we find a Power Conduit, I won't be able to cast it, but that's probably okay. Versus dying. If they have a Force of Vigor here, I'd rather not play a second thing into it. I guess this opens me up to getting griefed, but if they grief, they're probably taking the Stirrings, right? Can't imagine that they don't. Okay. Oh. Would I rather that be there? Possibly, right? Mycosynth Garden means I get to copy it if I want to. So that ain't not bad. There's no reason to play this out if I didn't do it before. Okay. This draw has not worked out. Remember that other draw where I had all mana and no payoffs? Yeah, that's not this draw. I guess if I get Foundation Breakered here, it'll be pretty rough. But again, there's just no way to play around everything they can have. Oof. Well, it's actually not too bad. Okay. Things have not devolved to being a disaster yet. Will they? Only time will tell. So if they have Violent Outburst plus Force, I'm screwed. They didn't seem to. Here's my Coretapper. Pass the turn. I know I could have had 3 mana there. That doesn't get me to anything. This means I can copy Crypt, fire off Crypt, depending on what they do, which seems pretty good. Interesting. Put it on the stack. Charge that. Copy that. Nuke that. Seems good. .jpg. Hey, look! I have a creature. Oh, that was cool. Where'd you go, little buddy? I went on an adventure. Aw. Foundation Breaker, destroy your Astral Cornucopia. Oh, thank God. All right, game's looking real good. Game's looking real good. Charge that. Tap for green. Fair Living End? We've forced them to play fair, yes, Mord. I wouldn't say we're against Fair Living End. I would say we made them play fair, and I don't think they're pleased. Karen. Suppose here it would have been nice to have the Torpor Orb, but I think I'm just grabbing Welding Jar. I think Welding Jar is more important than Chalice. Maybe there was a different way to play that, but I feel pretty comfortable. I just like having the insulation on my Cornucopia. We're really all in on this Cornucopia, and if I lose that, it's over, right? So I have an extra Tormod's Crypt. So Living End is actively bad for them. So... Hey, look. It's a card that's irrelevant. No. Denied. Upkeep force you. Oh, thank God. So now can go Karn for. If I Coretapper, I can almost Karn for Paradox Engine and go off, but I can't. So the best thing to do is play One Ring and Forge. Probably. Forge first. Is this better than playing the ring here? Yeah, probably. Okay, pretty happy with that. And I have another Tormod Crypt if I need it. Not that I'm worried, but yeah, we're reeling. Are you reeling in the years? Yes. The answer is yes, Steely Dan. Stop asking. Flirtle. Oh no. They're bouncing their own foundation breaker. Cool. Man, that Torpor Orb would have been good now, wouldn't it, Zach? Eh? It's fine. We have an Everflowing Chalice. We can charge it up almost as much. They're killing my Forge? Deal. Absolute deal. You got it. Did not need that in the slightest. Let's go ahead and win. They have 2 cards in hand. If they have a force, they can make things difficult for me. Oh, do I not have enough to do that? Well, this doesn't produce any mana yet. That's fine. My bad. Okay. So let's go full charge. I'm not untapping. Oh, but I will be untapping it if my stuff resolves. Okay. 10 mana. Karen. Force me, baby. No force. Minus. Force me, baby. No force. Okay. Force me, baby, or not, I no longer care. Do whatever you want. Does not bother me. Force me, baby. One more time. For the End the World spell, click Alt F4. Or is it Control Alt Delete? I think it was Control Alt Delete. Keep? Sure. I've never kept a suicidal hand in my life. I was ringing coffers. Pretty god darn good, I tell you what. I tell you, man. There's a ring of power in there. Oh boy, no land. Oh boy. Gosh, I sure love it when my deck doesn't draw any lands. El Jifarino. Well, I mean, it wasn't a whiff. Like, I did get a card I wanted. Probably shouldn't have played that Chalice. Because now they can force and get the twofer. Alright, they don't have it. El Juiferino. Yeah. Sorry, I language barrier. I didn't realize. Can Coretapper add a counter to the One Ring? It can put charge counters on the One Ring, but those are not the same as burden counters. So yes, but no is, I think, the answer you were looking for, right? That's what you wanted to hear? Yes, it can, technically. The best kind of correct. Whifferito? Whifferino is... So Whifferito would be most versions of Spanish, but I think Whifferino could be some of them, and Whifferinho would be Portuguese, but if you spell it in English, you usually use an N instead of an H. But in Portuguese, it's... or French, le vif. C'est une vif. The spelling off based on El Nino. Yeah. But Huifecito. Huifecito. I don't know, Board. Do you have a cute way to say whiff in Spanish that you actually use? Or are we just being offensive? No, we're not. Ejuifo. That's amazing. I didn't even know. Second land is big game. Power Conduit. This is the moment? Really? Okay, fair. Force. Okay. Well, could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have untapped my... Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Oh, man. A 3/4? Woo! I don't know how I'm beating that. Wait! Yes, I do. Yes, we can. It's about to be a swole tapper. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Is this boy gonna go aggro? What is this draw? Really? Really? You gotta be like this? Okay. This boy's not going aggro yet. Defense. Defense. Oh, Kilgore, I was listening to the Lord of the Rings set review on Dominaria's Judgment, and I was listening for the Faithless Brewing call out, and I hadn't heard it yet. Is it that episode or is it the one before? Just curious, because sometimes I'm like kind of half paying attention, and that's shitty, and I shouldn't do that, but paying costs. Boseiju, my Coretapper. Opponent, you know not what you've done, but very well. I acquiesce to your proposed Boseijuing of my Coretapper. May God have mercy on your soul. Really? And then they pass the turn. Untap extra counter before. Oh, I should have done. Yeah, I didn't. I was more concerned about not punting and sacking the Coretapper because I needed the land to start casting this stuff. Of course, you got it. Yeah, you're 100% right, Mord. I'd have one more charge counter. It's pretty low impact, but it's definitely correct. It's definitely correct. Karn wins the game in a number of ways. Alozuk. I can draw a land. Sorry. You can make a giant ballista. You can take infinite turns with Magistrate Scepter. You've got fairly infinite ways to skin the cat. Not that I'm into that. Doesn't attack. Wild. Cascada. Uh-huh. For slightly less power? No, they're just... Wow. Okay. Grey Ogre has entered the chat. Looking for Cornucopia. Hey man, that's all we want to hear on Faithless Brewing. That's enough for us. Yeah, we do have that like first week of a new set vibe going on right now, where there's been some interesting sequences, let's say. I'm just trying to set up for a good turn here without overcommitting. Maybe I'm being a little too conservative. Don't need that counter. Haywire Mites, Karns, and Oofs? Yeah, it could be. That's fine. I have a feeling, Carrie, and it's going to be overflowing with those cards very soon. So I wouldn't worry. Your salvation is at hand. You think of anything like Loam in Pioneer? I feel like there's creatures that do something similar, but there's nothing like dredging mechanics. There's no dredging mechanics, and there's nothing like dredge. Thank God. There has not, nor should there ever be again, something like dredge. So let's unburden my ring a little. That's okay. I'm going to get there in the course of time. Jason, I just wanted to know whereabouts was I looking. Let's draw 2 and then take 1. This is a play pattern with the One Ring that's just disgusting with Power Conduit. It's just messed up. That's not okay. What we're doing here is not okay. Okay. Gardens is probably more powerful than Saga here. Let's go charge. this is even more useless. Charge. Tap for mana. Do I want to go harder? Let's go hard. I feel like they're just wide open here. All right. Chips pushed across the table. If you're not doing anything about this by this point, opponent, you are conceding. Here's my Karn. Do you have a force? If yes, don't worry. I've got more. Here's my Paradox Engine. Okay. Okay. We have one. Whee! Looks like another 4-1. And I say that because this deck has felt consistently very powerful and will hopefully carry us in through this last one. The mono black coffers deck with the 4-1 rings felt great, and this one also feels great. Games haven't even seemed close. Against Yawgmoth and Living End, I would say that they were all really close. I think they were always, both sides were always kind of one draw away, or one specific play away, or one, you know, little edge away from just taking it. Yeah, 4-1 with coffers, that's right. It was a weird 4-1. And we lost to creativity after crushing them in game 1. Witherbloom command does some things. Yeah. So does crime punishment, right? I would say punishment is probably insane. Yeah. Oh, for Pioneer. Sorry. You're still talking about Loam. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, Witherbloom command is fine. On the play, great hand. Let's go. This is a lead on Saga kind of game. Planning to play Proxy Garbage Pile in Pioneer. What garbage are you proxying? Oh, Arcane Proxy? Is that the card that you're trying to play? Ragavan. Okay. Okay. These are usually pretty easy game 1s. I could play either land. Resolving Power Conduit usually just, like with this kind of situation, is just going to be devastating. The only danger here is that if they can sneak the Ragavan through a couple times and then hit a Karn. This game I'm looking okay, but still a danger. And we do have to watch out for Dress Down. But thanks to the Michael Chan, we have the technology. Oh, they flipped over a 1 ring. That's fine. I didn't need that. I use Loam in Modern to mill myself for spells and things for Emery to recast. Yeah. If you're trying to play Emery in Pioneer, my recommendation is don't. I've tried many times, and it's a tough row to hoe. Not saying it can't be done, but that it is. I can't get Cornucopia. Infinite searches is absolutely disgusting. You are not wrong. Second Saga seems pretty good. Coretapper. If they have the I'm gonna call it Stern Lesson again, and I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna not call it Stern Lesson until someone stops me. There's also JAC. Yeah, there's no Kethis, but there's Jeskai Ascendancy combo. If you want to get jacked. Rona, yeah, there's Rona. Although most Rona decks don't play Emery. But they could. The Rona decks that I know don't play Emery. Yeah, the Kethis ban was weird because it was like right after it became part of the format. Was that what happened? Or was it after Nissa's oath got unbanned? No, it was right when it was about to become legal, right? Is that right? They hit it with the other combo decks, but it hadn't had a chance to actually do anything. They just did it preemptively. Yeah, they did the just in case. Dear opponent, you are in tremendously large amounts of trouble. Oh boy. Yeah, could have been that. But Kethis had not really had a chance to do anything yet. They were just kind of getting ahead of it because they didn't want to have to deal with another combo deck like immediately after dealing with one combo deck. Like they didn't want to have to, they didn't want to ban a bunch of combo decks out and then immediately have to ban another combo deck out. I mean, you could play a version of this deck that plays Upheaval, Mr. Fringe. I think it would be notably worse than what it's already doing, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just gonna pass here. They're not gonna be able to keep up with what we're doing at all. If you want to play Upheaval, I would recommend playing like an Urza Upheaval deck. Just do that. Urza Artifact Upheaval is something I played against at the beginning of MH2, and it was plenty fun. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was fine. It's a thing. You can do it. All right. Who thinks they have main deck dress down? Anybody? Oh, I don't know if I'd play all the counter stuff, though. I wouldn't play Dice Factory, Mr. Fringe. I'd play like more like a blue affinity list. The constructs go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Constructs marching one by one, hurrah. Let's get a key. And another key. How long until Brotherhood's End is every sideboard? Probably not long. Well, I'm gonna attack for 22. I believe this was the right way to do it in the face of a dress down. I think if they didn't block with the DRC, they'd had a chance to double bolt me out. But because they didn't do that, I'm very confident. The lands are the most expensive part. Almost definitely. Ooh. I'm in the end of combat. That's not where I meant to do that at all. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the ring is the most expensive part for sure at the moment. Let's go Mycosynth Gardens. Power Conduit. Charge that. Copy that. Whoops. Oh well. It's probably not relevant, right? I can't imagine that I need every bit of resource at this point. NZD was 4-0 with it and had to stop with the Legacy Forge deck. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. How's the ring been? Pretty freaking good. We used it more times in the mono black coffers list. In this deck, usually as soon as you have it, you kind of win immediately. Well, nice chump blocker, except that I'm going to make most of my guys untargetable. And are the +1/+1 counters for dress down? You bet your bippy they are. I think Gemstone is more than ring. It might be. Gemstone is certainly expensive. And I don't think this deck needs 3. It's certainly better with them. So if they found 2 bolts here, they could put me to 1, but they just die. Is the ring even good? Yes, the ring is good. How good? That's... I'm not sure yet, but it's good. Oh, they bobbling. I do, Shadowless. I do. The One Ring is 60-ish tickets. Not when I bought them earlier. They were cheaper than that. Well, man, they're really trying. What do you think they're digging for? No, the ring has not been going up all day. When I looked at the beginning of the day, they were like 70, and when I bought them, they were like 35. So they haven't been going up all day. Let's bring in Pithing Needle against EE, I think. Because Karn shuts down EE himself. And then just go. Maybe I'm supposed to have Welding Jar here. Sure. Yeah, 70 was this morning on GoatBot when I first looked. But they weren't available at that point. That's the thing. How much has it gone down to, the Orc Archer? There they are. They're not that low yet. I mean, this has everything I need, except a payoff, but we'll get there. Am I Gemstone Cavernings with this hand? I don't think so. If I am, I'm putting a key under there. Yeah, it's draftable. That's how cards are being acquired, for the most part. I'm just talking about the highest price that I saw for a One Ring carry, and it might have been the wrong edition. I think I can exile a key here. I think it's worth it for the speed. It's certainly worth it for the counter. So this is, I go turn 1 Chalice Surge Node, turn 2 Stir. Oh boy. Oh. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. Oh, I never checked paper prices. I've never once checked paper prices for anything. Everything I'm talking about was none of it was paper prices and never has been. That's a lot of keys gone. So I boarded one out. They shock? They're gonna BM me? A braid. Fair. Okay. Well, I could have copied the chalice, right? Did I have? No, I didn't. I couldn't have. Okay. I think I'm taking the forge here. Putting 2 Karns on the bottom is awesome right now. Any order that. Play Needle, call Engineered Explosives. Coretapper. Sure. Well, less likely to get destroyed. Oh, sure. Another Coretapper. Shredder. Oof. That's... I mean, if this wasn't our last chance to draw out, it certainly will be now. Ragavan in exile. Oh, sure. Okay. It's over. Eh. Manifold Key. Wow. How many keys are gone? It's a lot. I think, yeah, 3. Jesus. This is the classic Murktide is better than everything draw. It's not literally better than everything, but like this amount of card selection is completely unbeatable, right? Like, and the tempo gain from Ragavan is just some pretty hot nonsense. Here's my Karn. Oh, look, more card selection. They didn't even have to do anything. It just happens for them. It's all good. I'm not upsetty. Good deck's gonna be good. Consider. So you're saying there's a chance. There wasn't. There was no chance. No hope to be had. 5 power. Could boot up a blocker. Then there's just this plus bolts. I think I just put 1 ring in my hand. Just see if somehow that works out. I don't think it will, but the Karn resolved, right? Like, who knows? I suppose the downside about this play is the Ragavan can attack me again. Wow. So many keys. It's like going into a cave full of bats in Zelda. Just so many keys. For those who don't know, the bats in Zelda are called keys for some reason. It's like K-E-Z or something like that. Another expressive iteration. Blood Moon. Sure. Plays Voltaic Key for the Ledger Shredder. Spell Snare in the Yard. Interesting. Not a great draw. No counterspell. Okay. A. Is it possible to win here? Not bloody likely. Getting that clock equity, though. We still got game 3. Good draw. Good draw. Not good enough if they have a single piece of counter magic, but you know. The One Ring. When mana keys are gone, what does that mean? When mana keys are gone. I don't know what that means. When mana keys are gone. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like when the monkey steals all the keys, it's a bit hard. You drew one right after. Oh, okay. But the phrasing is just messing with my brain and doesn't mean anything to me. When the monkey steals all the keys, it's a bit harder, but you drew one right. Yeah, I mean, it happens. All right. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, I've been there with the watching people's streams on while you're on your phone. It's always like, because you want to type at a reasonable pace, but it's just going to be a garbled monster. How's the ring been? Real good. Not like... Not unbeatable, not insane, not any kind of hyperbole, but very, very good. Good enough here. Well, we'll see. I doubt it. This game looks pretty far gone, but we're fighting it out. I'm surging. Ooh, he's surging. Ooh, ooh-wee. Yeah, his record was not super impressive today, I will say. I mean, I'm looking dead here, and there's really nothing I can do about it, right? I mean, I'm about to play this Mystic Forge, and then I'm just done. I'm just stuck. I didn't play another ring this turn, so it's really, like, they just let me hang out for a couple for a bunch of game actions and then die. Yeah, this is the turn where I die. I think the One Ring is quite good here, and it's great to have another 4-drop payoff, and it's one that acts differently than the other ones. I don't know that it's insane. It's definitely good, but I was doing relatively this well with 8 key the last time I played it, so it's not, I don't know. No, it's neither of those things. It's not Oko and it's not Hogak. It's not that kind of good. It's really good in these kind of decks, and these kind of decks are a bit narrow, but that's not a problem. This is a very explosive hand that might go horribly wrong, but I'm certainly not passing. If they're on a monkey hand, we're going to mess them up. I almost should think a Saga, yeah. It's not even Time Walk, though, Minomaniac. Like, when we played against Yawgmoth, they could kill us during our upkeep. So it literally really didn't buy you a turn. So if I go 2 counters, tap, untap, key, untap. So that's 2, 3, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't get me there. Better to force them to remove it. God, it's so tempting to just trade here. It's tempting to trade, and it's tempting to also just take the hit. I have no idea what is correct here. I think taking the hit is 100% wrong, because it could just be a turn 2 Blood Moon, and then I'm kind of screwed. Chump, then sack. No, that's the level 1 play. The thing is, then, if they have an Abrade and they just blow up my Cornucopia, then I'm kind of... Yeah. They play Blood Moon, you just cast Forge? I suppose so. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, yeah, maybe that was the play. All right, this is fantastic for us, so. Little too late on the Power Conduit, but that's fine. So, Surge Node. I don't think I'm concerned about the construct. Okay. No force negations, please. Dress down to the graveyard. Fair. Fuck! I'm so upset. That's fine. We get Inventors Fair for a 1-ring next turn and potentially cast it. If they also have an Abrade, I'm in big trouble, but that's the game we're playing. Chalice is fine. Yeah, they came prepared. Okay. So 3-2 there. Ran into someone with... actually, we ran into the 2 players who had appropriate hate cards. Just absolutely smashed us. Actually, that's not true. We beat Living End. So that was nice. Perfect timing. My good friend Freak You Nasty just went live, and he's playing...